going on, guys? I'm back with a brand new suggestion box review for you guys. I just watched a movie called The Platform, starring Ivan Masag, Zorian Eguilor, and Alexandria Masanke. You know, it would come to this with the hard names. I just can't escape that. First of all, since this is a foreign movie, apparently it was made in Spain. I'm assuming. I hate to assume, but it's Spanish language, so I have to now talk about foreign actors and the element of surprise. And what I mean by that is the British actor, mostly the British actors. Let's just get out the way. Mostly British actors are good at this. Okay, you see them in an American movie, all right, and they're talking like an American, acting like an American, sounding like an American, and then all of a sudden, you see the infamous interview, and they sound like this or sound like that, and it's mind-blowing. To me it is. Now, you know, other people make fun of that and like, oh my god, that blows you away, you're easily entertained. No, it's just a stamp or an approval of how good of an actor they are. Sorry, America. I'm sorry, America. The British always bring it like this. Okay, you don't have an American actor out there in a whole bunch of British movies or foreign movies pretending like he's foreign, and then when he gets interviewed, he's American. When the day that happens, amazing. That will be a game changer. Okay, and I'd like to introduce first Daniel Kaluuya. Yes, Daniel Kaluuya is one of the top ones. That really shook me left and right. Just seeing that interview, I thought I would get like at least a California accent, an LA accent or something coming out this guy. LA, you know what I'm talking about. But this guy was straight British. He's British, man. All right, this guy had movies like Get Out. You know what I'm saying? Where he barely said anything, but when he did say something, it sounded totally American to me. All right, and then he had movies like Judas and the Messiah, where he did like a perfect impression of the guy that movie was about. I'm sorry, right now I can't think of the name of the guy. I apologize, but he did a head-on almost mirror image performance of that guy. All right, let's just put it like that. All right, and he did a good job in Nope too. All right, he was kind of a Southern guy. Didn't say that much in there either, but he was all business, no play. All right, and there was not a hint of British there. I can't, except for maybe like Black Mirror, which I haven't seen yet. There are no other films he's been in where he just completely dropped every American accent he wanted to portray and just became himself. All right. Then there's Florence Pugh. All right, now this one is one of my favorites. You know, this is Little Sister. Little Sister, man. She was in movies like Midsommar. All right, she played Little Sister in Black Widow. Anything dealing with Black Widow, that was her character. All right, okay. And she also was in Darling, Don't Worry, or Don't Worry, Darling, however you want to play that game. All right, and in each and every one of those films, she didn't wield the British accent at all that she actually has. I think in past movies, she did the British accent, or she just did her own voice, but I didn't introduce myself to her until Midsommar. So I was still fresh to that. I had no idea where she was from. I thought she was American. It fooled me. It fooled the hell out of me. Okay? Honestly. All right. Then we have Nicholas Hoult. Everyone knows, or I like to call him Beast Boy. Marvel's Beast Boy. Okay, because he is the Beast. This man first was introduced to me through X-Men First Class, and I totally thought he was American. All right, I had no hint this guy was from Britain. All right, not only did he fool me in that, he fooled me in the Mad Max. Well, Mad Max, he barely said a word. I don't think he said anything. Not that much. I can go back and watch it. Maybe he talks in his own accent. I don't know. But for the most part, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. So you can't really use that as proof. Let's be honest with ourselves here. He also was in The Menu. And he was an American in that. A little crazy at times, but he had a full-blown American accent. By this time, I already knew that he was British by this time. But if you didn't know who this was for the first time, I would have been fooled again. I would have been fooled once again. Because I think besides his older movies, maybe, he hasn't really used his own voice in a lot of movies as of recent. Then we have Margaret Robbie. That is one of the top ones. That's the famous one. We all know what's up with that. All right, not British, but Aussie. And still, when she comes to an American movie, she chooses to bring the American accent every time. 90% of the time, she's doing it. I can't remember a movie where she did the Aussie accent last time. I don't know. I can't recall. Honestly, she's known as Harley. We all know her as Harley. Then it was Wolf of Wall Street, which actually came first, but you know what I mean. And she did an incredible job in that. I think she had like a little Boston accent in there or something like that. And so she loves doing those Boston and New York accents for some reason. She pulls them off very well. It's very convincing, I might add. Okay. She also had the movie I, Tonya. If anyone forgets, she did I, Tonya. She was Tonya Harding. All right, she pulled that off. The body size not quite the same, but I let it slide. She was a good actress, man. All right, and once again, she proved stronger in talent than I think an American actress, would have done in that same role. The power of the foreign. I can't say British on that one. I want to say British so bad. All right, but then there's Andrew Garfield. Somebody stated him as a crazy method actor, but he's a confusing one because I think he was born in America. All right, but then he's slash American slash British. All right, so it's kind of a confusion going on. It's a confusion going on there. It's a confrontation. It's a little battle of where he's from going on there. Okay, so still when he's interviewed, he sounds like he's from Britain. So that's still talent right there. That's still pure talent brazen through that thing. Now he was an Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, and the other one where all three get together and all that crap. Okay, he was in all those with the American accent, doing his thing. You'd have no clue. The first time I seen this guy, it was in The Social Network, though. And even in that one, watching that, there was no British accent at all. Not a trace that this man was not from America. Okay, he is a great actor. He is a superb actor with this. He's not used a lot. He's probably not liked a lot. He's not well liked. People don't play along good with him. All right, he's one of those actors. He might be a little. He went to the school of Edward Norton. Let's just put it like that. All right. Then we have Karen Gillan. A lot of people don't talk about her a lot as far as being a great actress. I think she has a little further to go in her career. But as far as the whole I didn't know she was not American thing, yeah, she's all up on that. All right, she was in Oculus. That's when I first heard of who this was. I saw bits and pieces of Oculus, or most of it. I know the premise of it, all right, pretty much, and what happens. And I purely thought this was an American girl, all right? She's from like Scotland or something like that. And you wouldn't think of her looking at her. We all know her from Guardians, of course, where she plays Nebula. And even in that, she sounds like this all the time. And she keeps talking like this. So when she's talking like that, that also throws you off. She's very good. She's very good at distorting her voice to throw you off in a case like that. All right. And she was in Jumanji. Yeah. I'm throwing these things out of order because some movies I don't want to mention people are in. I'm embarrassed to say she was in a Jumanji, but she was in that, and she still threw me off. Still, okay. Then we have Anthony Starr. And this is kind of a wild card right here. I wasn't gonna put him in this category, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it, man. This is the guy from The Boys, a show which I have not seen the entire season of yet, but still, he's an iconic character. Okay, he's an iconic character, and if they had never put him in that interview chair, once again, I would have not known this man is not American. Okay, he came out years ago in this Without a Paddle movie. If you want to, you old people remember that, and I think he was dead already in the movie. So yeah, you wouldn't have known what was going on with that then. But when we watch The Boys and we see those interviews, we're like, no, this man's playing an obnoxious American-made creation or whatever, and he's actually a foreign dude. Okay, that's amazing. I give him his props. Good actor. I want to see him in more stuff though. All right. And now we have the actors of the platform, or we had them like in 2019. Okay. Will any of these actors rise from that and star in an American movie? They probably already have. We just didn't notice, and just kind of make us forget that they were in this movie, and they kind of just fool us with an American accent in that movie. I'll be looking out for that. I'll be keeping an eye on the 3 actors I just mentioned just for that. All right. But let's get to the review. The Platform. For those who don't know, for those who are not aware, yes, it came out in 2019, but this movie is talked about so much that if you don't know about this film, you're down in this, you're in this little tower right now, scavenging for food off of a platform that comes down, descends down, and you have to get what you can get. All right, so you really don't have time to watch. Well, you don't have a TV, so you don't have time to do any of that. So I don't blame you. But besides that, don't play around, man. Don't play around. This movie's mentioned too much, way too much. Okay. The Platform is pretty much about a guy named Gurenge, if I'm saying that right. And Gurenge has a smoking problem, and Gurenge wants to fix that smoking problem. And so to fix it, he volunteers to be thrown in this prison, this tailor-made prison that is made like a tower, where the food they get each day, it starts from the first floor with everything, and then people must get what they can within a limited amount of time as it goes down, down, down. And there's like a lot of floors. I'm not gonna say how many, watch the movie for that, but there's a lot of floors on this little tower, okay? And so he doesn't really know what he signed up for, because it's a little rougher than he expected. And he slowly finds this out with his first roommate, right? Who kind of briefs him on how things are, but then things go a little crazy with that. All right. And he goes to another floor, and he keeps switching roommates, and he finally says, I can't take this anymore. I need to rise and get out of here, or I need to send a message People need to know what's going on here. All right. And that's the premise of the movie. All right. Positives. This movie was violent with no apologies. All right. There were, of course, there were fight scenes in here. When those fight scenes went down, there was blood. There was most definitely blood. Okay. There was people you couldn't trust. There were shady characters in here that did things, horrible things in this film. Okay. I just, nasty things. I want to mention some of the things. So let's just say there's a scene where a guy believes that he is going to be pulled to the top level. All right. But when he finally gets almost to that top level, the bastards who claim they were going to help him, they do something very nasty. They do a very nasty thing in his face. Okay, and I was not ready for that. I wasn't ready for that. Not at all. I don't think you'll be ready. Okay, but you have to watch. You have to watch to know what I'm talking about. Oh my God. All right. Next positive. Yes. The different character outlooks on the cell, on this whole prison confinement they were in. All right. Because you had our main character, Gurenge. Okay. And he really didn't know what he was in for. This man brought a book as his own item. Let's just say they have a one item they can bring with them to this cell, right? And this man decided to bring a book for whatever reason. I don't know. There's so many things you can bring, man. You brought a book. He brought a book. Okay, so there's that he did, and then another guy brought his little Ginsu knife or whatever, kitchen knife, which makes a lot of sense, trust me. But his background story is horrible with that. And so you're going to kind of not like that character for why he brought that and his whole reason of being there. But yes, his outlook on it is survival, of course. He's been there for a little while. He knows what's up, obviously. Okay? And that's just two characters. There are other characters in here that have brought other things. You'll see it. You'll see glimpses of other items people have brought, especially towards the end. And a lot of them don't make sense. A lot of them do make sense. You be the choice of that one. All right? You make the choice. I'm sorry. Another positive. The food chain of the tower. Just the whole idea of it to me was very creative. It was insane. It was insane to me. Like, you get to the top, you have this gourmet meal, nice food, great, just a great entree of things to eat and dine on. Then, as you get lower, you have to scratch. You have to really, you can't really be a glutton like that. You have to kind of put their things in portions. You got to portion your food out as it gets lower. You can't be a hog like that. But no one could get that. No one cared about that. No one was selfless enough to think about other people with that. And it was insane to me. That part was crazy within itself. Another positive. Last positive. The journey to the message. The journey to the message, what I mean by that, there is a message in this movie. All right. It's one of those films. It's one of those films. Okay. Yeah. Whether you didn't know it or not. So I like the fact that towards the end, the main character kind of, he's been through a lot already. He sees the light. He now has a mission, and he has a new friend towards the end. Not going to say what's going on with that, but they both kind of have the same mind level of what's going on, and they need They need to show this message. They need to show the reason or what's going on here. Somebody must know. All right. And so we must get to the end of this. We must get to the end of that tunnel to let people know what's going on here. All right. The true message. I'm not going to say what the message is. There's a message. There's a whole debate on that. I'll get to that in the negatives. But for that, just that part of that being the end goal of the movie was incredible to me. That was great. That was great. Now we got the negatives. Okay. In the negatives, I know this is a foreign movie, and so you're going to get that. But in this particular movie, the voices were really off to the mouths of the characters, man. I kind of rewinded it kind of back like several times and tried to fix the dub and whatever going on to see if maybe I messed something up. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. All right. It was the movie. All right. Okay. The voices were really off in this film. They were so off. Okay. And I kind of wanted to laugh about that, but I had to get back to my mature old self and just kind of realize, hey, this is a foreign movie. So from time to time, you're going to have people kind of speak off of what their lips are saying. Don't just pay no attention to that. No matter how hard you want to laugh, it's gonna kind of mess with your head there. But this was comical. This was too comical, man. I'm sorry. This is too comical. I'm sorry. I'm going back to the old high school me. All right, forget it. I'm going back to the whole old high school me. I laughed at a couple of those lines. All right, because you could tell those words were not coming out of their mouths. All right, this is nothing like the where's Chris Tucker when you need him? Because those words were not coming out of their mouths. All right, obviously. And it showed. It was too obvious for me. And so I hate that took away from some of the seriousness of the movie. I had to ignore it. But it was an issue for me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. All right? Call me immature. Whatever. Another negative. Why did people choose to stand on the table that they're eating from? There were so many scenes where they would show that at some levels of the tower, people were standing on top of the table, mashing the food, mashing with their feet. Why were they doing and breaking some of the glass? Why were they doing this? Like animals. They were like animals. I don't understand the logic of that at all. Okay? that didn't make not 1 ounce of sense to me. There is no reason to get on top of the table to eat your food. I know we have some savages and some people who are just low lives in this film because it's a little prison thing and some people don't care anymore. But still, that was unnecessary to even do. All right? I'm just going to keep that honest. My last negative. What was the message truly? What was the true message? A lot of people are going to have a different take on this. And so I didn't kind of like how the message was unclear. I know you don't need everything spoon-fed to you. I'm sorry. But in this case, I don't even know what my take would be on that message without saying too much. I'm just going to tiptoe around what actually happened. But in my opinion, I know what I want to say. I know what I believe the message is. But it's all about what the audience is going to take back from this. And I don't really know if even then there would be an actual message at all from what they were gonna have. Even that wouldn't make any sense. I don't know. But I'm gonna give this a hell yes. This is good. This is better than Cube. This is better than the Cube. All right? I need you to like, share, and subscribe. You better do it.